good morning. Haves and the have-nots. I'm doing it now because I don't have the energy to really get upset. Anyway, let me see. Season whatever, episode whatever, neighbors and niggas, blah, 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 I'm K. So Justin and Landon, we pick up where we left off with Justin sprawled out on the bed, and Jeffrey is like, what are you doing in here? And Landon, I hate it so much. I thought I was going to be able to get into Landon's character this season, because we ain't seen him in a while. I was like, okay, maybe he's grown. He wasn't this annoying last time. Okay, I don't need you to go. Why would you pull out in front of me and you see me going quickly and you would just slow down? Why would you do that? Anyway, I really thought I was going to be able to, enjoy Landon, or at least tolerate him, because I at this point, I don't enjoy anybody on the show. But I thought I could look at Landon and go, you know what? I can deal with him. Like I do with Catherine. I see Catherine, I'm just like, that's fine. She can be here. But no. So Jeffrey is confused and is giving, what are you doing here, Justin? Justin is like, who is this? And Landon is like, who is this? And Landon is giving just every thotty, gay, stereotypical, answer. Oh, they are, building. Anyway, he's just giving, let's have a threesome. I don't have to know your name, blah, blah, blah. He's not giving, have you been tested? Has any of us been tested? He's not giving that. He's giving, let's just go ahead and get this out the way. And I'm like, this boy told you not to. Well, this is on Jeffrey. It's on Jeffrey. Even though he told him to leave him alone and all this, that, and the other, he still led that boy right up to his home. I just was aggravated. I'm still aggravated, but I don't have the energy to give you the aggravation that I've been giving you. So Landon, lifts up the covers, looks all under there at Jeffrey, what he got going on, and, is enticed, and he's giving all of this. And everybody's telling him to stop. Everybody's telling him to leave. I mean, Justin's not saying it by his mouth, but his actions and his face is saying get on. Jeffrey is saying it out of his mouth. Landon gone. We don't want this gone. And he's still, I'm not leaving. And I'm just sitting here like, if folks don't want to have sex with you, then you go on. You move on, you find somebody who does. I don't understand why Landon was giving such, serious. I just have to have these two in particular. Like, girl, move on. Yeah, he and there, I'm hot, y'all hot. Okay, well, if you so hot, go find you somebody else hot. Like, sis, this is Georgia. You know how many hot gays are in Georgia? Usher's down there. He's hot. He's, got some warmth. Since you just out here doing everybody and not, asking questions and taking names. Hell. Anyway, so Landon, runs up on Justin, and Justin snaps and starts squeezing his neck, and then Landon's like, I'm not into choking. Well, nigga, they not into you. So I don't understand why you're still here. I don't understand why you were pursuing it so much. And then when this man snaps on you after, they've let you know that they don't want you, they don't want this, he snaps on you and reacts like somebody who is being, sexually harassed may react. And then you just, I don't want this, I don't do choking, y'all are weird, I'm leaving. Well, sis, you should have left the first time. You should have never gotten on elevator 7 and rode up there when this boy telling you to leave him alone. Right? Okay. So then Justin is giving, who is that? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And Jeffrey is like, none of your doggone business, all right? Nobody cares about you and your little feelings and all of this. And then Justin is giving, I loved you. You made me fall in love with you. And Jeffrey is like, you just met me. Which is why I say, that this is crazy. It just doesn't make sense. I saw a couple people on Twitter that were like, team Justin and Jeffrey, and they've been through a lot. They ain't been through no lot together. These niggas just got together 2 days ago. I can't be bothered. But so they doing all this, that, and the other, fighting and arguing. And, are you gonna attack me again? I'm not gonna have this "are you gonna attack me again" conversation every week, Tyler. I'm not gonna have this conversation too many more times. I just need you to be clear on that. And Justin's like, no, I'm not gonna attack you again. And then they start talking about if Jeffrey's gonna go see Wyatt, and Jeffrey's like, well, what if I do? And Justin's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me attack you again. And I'm like, I really, truly don't remember this boy attacking this other boy. But if he did, call the police. Call the police on the police. It can't get much worse than you already got it right now. So I don't know how to help you. Don't pull that in front of me. And you pulled that in front of me. Wow. So anyway, they doing all this, that, and the other. And then Just smooth out of nowhere, Veronica turns the knob and the door magically opens. She didn't have a key in her hand or nothing. She just turned the knob and it opened. I said, all right, Tyler. Okay. She just turned the knob at a hotel. Fine. Logistically, it doesn't make sense, but I don't have the energy today to give, you know, Tyler Andrea all that I can give her. So I'm gonna let it rock. She turns the knob, she comes in with her phone and she's recording. She's giving, you know, let me get a close up on the badge, let me get, you know, all the environment, you know, all of the sheets strewn about. She was painting a picture. And she didn't say a word, you know. Justin is crouched down, hiding his face and all that, but she already got your badge information. Jeffrey is like, what are you doing, Mom? Stop now, Mom, stop. And I'm like, why y'all ain't snatch her camera out of her hand? Y'all just let her walk through the room with it. She didn't have a firm grip on the camera. You could have hit her hand and the camera would have went flying, grabbed it, and that would have been that. I don't know. So then okay, you're gonna have to drive. See, when we get on the road with our cars, we have to drive them. We don't just sit on the road with our cars. It's just not safe. Anyway, Jim and Oscar. Jim's down there, he's drinking down boots. I didn't care. He calls Oscar. I didn't care. And I'm thinking, because I'm not paying attention because I don't care, I'm thinking he's trying to get in contact with Wyatt again. So he on the phone, I mean, not on the phone. He talking to Oscar. He's saying, you know, I need to get him on the phone, yada, yada, yada. And Oscar's like, you need to have him on the phone for 12 minutes so I can pinpoint his exact location. I said, now I don't know if this is accurate. Most of Tyler Perry's information is not true to it. It's just something he made up. So I don't know. But what I do know is on TV, the girls need a solid like 3 minutes. Why you need 4 times what the girls need? But whatever. So they end up calling War, is who they're looking for. And Erica calls War. And I'm just trying to understand, if you're making all these personal and private phone calls, why you don't step down to the lobby? Why you don't step out to the hallway? Like, I grew up, half of my life was spent in hotels because we did a lot of traveling for church and stuff like that. And when I got old enough to take phone calls, I would take my phone calls out in the hallway or, you know, down in the lobby. Like, if I didn't want to disturb, you know, my mom and my grandma or whatever, whoever's in the room or whatever, I'm going to take my call outside just, you know, to give the girls some peace while they're sleeping. She ain't do that. She in the bathroom. You know, a bathroom has an echo. So the bathroom gives you a little yo lady who. So I don't know why you're in there trying to make these personal phone calls. Like, so she calls War and tells him that Candace is here at the hotel. I thought we had already established that. I thought that was made crystal and clear. But apparently it was only made crystal waters. It wasn't made crystal clear. So the girls are, you know, War is like, what room? Where's she at? And Erica's like, I don't know. She won't tell me. War says, why? Because the block is hot, sis, and she knows that something's going down. She knows that she's being investigated for murder. So I don't understand why. Y'all don't understand why she's not giving up her room. She's trying to protect herself. Like, what do you do? So anyway, Erica's like, I should just call the police on her. You know she's wanted for murder. I should just call the police on her. And War is giving, no, don't call the police. I want her. And I'm like, why? Like, you did all that breaking into her house. You know, War, if you're just so big and bad, why don't you send all of your goons, all of these big and bad goons you have busting into, house? Why don't you send, or to the hotel, why don't you send them niggas down to the Artesian and see, can't you find Candace? If you so big and you so bad, which you're not. I mean, the Malones, they would have had somebody knocking on every door. So I don't know why, you know, War, with his bigness and badness, can't send all the girls down there and find her. But whatever. Let me see. War clicks over and it's Jim. You know, and he's giving, you know, I need to talk to you. This is urgent. This is, you know, 911. And War's giving, how did you get this number? Oh, I am so late. Not so late, but late enough to be annoyed. How'd you get this number? Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. And they go back and forth about how I need to meet you. I don't want to meet you, this, that, and the other. And I honestly, let me see. Couldn't be bothered with any of that. So Oscar asks James, why do you need to get in contact with War so badly? James said, because if I don't, all hell's going to break loose. Oscar says, all hell's already breaking loose. Haven't you heard? And he puts on the news. Now the news, you got this white woman standing there before us with a microphone giving. And the body of DA Jennifer Salison was found last night with a note inscribed on her chest that said, crier victim. Da-da-da. And I'm just like, How he ain't heard? How he ain't got nobody that's gonna text him and say, "Girl, what's going on with the crier, with the DA, and what's T says?" Like, you ain't got nobody that's gonna text your phone and say that. Because if I popped up on the news, if somebody popped up on the news and said, you know, it was a dead body and it said, you know, John Doe, K victim, then the girls would be like, "Hey, sis, what happened?" You know? And I don't even really have friends. So I'm trying to figure out why this rich white man ain't got nobody to text him. You know, where's your slaves that's gonna text you and say, where is Celine? Speaking of slaves and the girls, like, we done went a whole season and ain't heard from Celine and the mystery children. Okay. So Jim is upset. He calls David. This part didn't make sense to me. He's calling David and he's giving David, "We have a problem." And I'm saying, like, when did we start having a problem? At what point did we start having issues? I don't recall. Because Mama Rose didn't say D.A. Jim Salison, Crier Harrington victim. She didn't hyphenate and give, you know, the two last names. She said Crier victim. She called you and said, "You need to find war." She called you and said, you know, "I'm going to make you suffer." She ain't say, "I'm gonna make you and David suffer, y'all too." She said you. So when did we start having a problem? When? Somebody let me know now when we started having a problem. Because I don't have the problem. David doesn't have the problem. For some reason he feels like he does, but you just don't, sis. Anyway, let me go on and hit a word. I'll be back. So Jim is giving David the illusion that we have a problem. And I just don't understand. I still can't figure out how we have a problem. It's 4 hours later, you know, I have thought about it and I've come back and I just still don't see where it's a we thing. You know, it's not a W-E thing and it's not an O-U-I thing. It's not a we thing. It's just not, it just doesn't come together in my mind. But whatever. Let's see. Anna and Wyatt are over there and Wyatt is sleeping and Jeffrey comes by and, you know, the conversation just really was something I didn't care about in the least. Like, not even a little bit, not even a fraction of me cared about it. I just kind of was sitting there watching the screen like, when will this be over? When can I go on about my life? You know, she opens the door, she tells him he's sleeping and asks if he wants to see him, and, you know, then she proceeds to say, "Oh, he's so nice." And Jeffrey is like, you know, he hasn't been nice in many years, and that's the man I fell in love with. And Anna's like, "What? Fell in love? I don't understand." And Jeffrey's like, you know, I mean, like, I love him. Like, that's my dude, you know, that's my friend, whatever. And it was weird for her to be shocked because was it last week or the week before? I don't know. It's all running together for me because I don't do anything. But Anna, okay, so Jeffrey said he loved Wyatt the other day. No, Anna said that Wyatt loves Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's like, "Well, no, because he's not gay." And Anna was like, you know, "Does he have to be gay to love you?" So we had this conversation, and then we turn around 2 weeks later or so, and Anna's like, you know, "You love him? You fell in love with him? What? I don't understand. You're gay?" And Jeffrey's like, "I'm gay. Wyatt's not gay. Blah, blah, blah." And Anna's giving, "What? I'm so confused. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm shocked." And I'm like, so Oscar calls Anna and is giving, "Did you think about my offer?" And she's giving, "I don't have time." And he's giving, "I'll give you $50,000. This car almost hit mine. And she's like, "I just don't have time." And I'm like, what kind of crackhead are you? You know, like, she's recovered, praise the Lord. But anybody who has an ounce of crack tendencies, not anybody, but a lot of people who have an ounce of crack tendencies would have been like, $50,000? Those of us, like myself, who don't have crack tendencies would have been like, $50,000? You know, like, I don't know why she passed it up, but she did. She said, "Don't call here no more." And then Wyatt wakes up and is giving, you know, "Is Jeffrey gone?" And I'm like, I hate it. I hate it so much. This is the only person that truly, like, cares about you aside from your mama, and you giving all this. I can't. I won't be able to. Nothing's gonna make me. I just truly cannot. And then they start talking, and you know, analyze about Oscar. She says it was a telemarketer, and I'm living for this color, honestly. I gave a little more red on this side and a little more purple on this side. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I'm, you know, it's a look, really. More interesting than this show. What was I saying? Oh, she said it was a telemarketer. Then Wyatt starts going off like, is that your pimp? Oh, so Dr. What you call it is your pimp, blah, blah, blah. And Anna's like, girl, what are you talking about? And then Anna's like giving shoulder. She's taken her jacket, you know, and placed it just so where you're looking at shoulder blade and bone. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? What is this? You know? And then you go watch a movie. She's finna put on a chick flick. He don't want to watch that, so she gives him the remote. I don't care. So we swoop. I skipped ahead because I don't care that much, but, you know, roll back in time with me back to Erica. So Erica comes back into the boudoir, and David is laying there, you know, his hands behind his head, giving you, you know, chillaxing after, you know, intercourse and things, you know, shirtless. And, you know, they're chitting and chatting, and David says, you know, who are you on the phone with? And Erica says room service. And I'm saying, like, now, how are you going to make room service come up to the room without having to call them for real? It was room service. I wanted to get something to eat. Okay, so he's going to be sitting in the room, waiting, looking, you know, trying to find out where the room service is, girl. Like, it doesn't, I don't. And since when the hotel started having cordless phones? Like, Candace is over here on this cordless phone, and I'm just trying to understand. Like, that's Tyler Perry's house phone. What are you doing? Anyway, maybe they have them, you know, at the Artesian, the fancy hotels. Let's see. They start talking, this is Erica and David. They start talking about stuff, and Erica tells David that Veronica's fun. She enjoyed going back and forth with her. And then this is when Jim calls talking about we have a problem. I don't. So they, you know, David goes downstairs, they show him the news, and then they talking about how bad this is, blah, blah, blah. And then Jim starts getting into some us conversation. And I'm saying, like, we're going from we to us, and I just don't understand, because Mama Rose did not call this man's name. She didn't call David. You know, she didn't visit David. David's not in this. How is this a us problem? And, you know, Jim is like, it's us who got wore out, and it's us who's on the line here, and us and we. And I'm saying, like, if I was David, I would have shimmied right on back upstairs. Like, girl, this is not a me issue. I would be like, did Mama Rose say anything about me? No? All right, I'm going back upstairs. Have a good one. I hope you get this rectified. I'm so sorry this is happening to you, sis. Call me when it's all cleared up. Until then, don't call me. And I would have went back upstairs, you know, but that's just me. Candace is trying to get a new phone with the old number, and she and Charles are having this just extra long, extra unnecessary conversation. And, you know, she's like, I just need my old number, blah, blah, blah. And Charles is like, you need to just let go of the past. Let go of everybody in your life in the past. And Candace says, you do know I have a son, right? And I said, Candace, you do know you have a son, right? Like, sis, we're 6 episodes in and you haven't said this boy's name at all. 6 episodes into this half of the season, because I believe it started back on episode 12, and we just finished episode 18. So that is 6 episodes, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so 7 episodes. I was like, wait a minute, my math. 7 episodes in, and you have not once mentioned your son. And now all of a sudden, you do know I have a son, right? Do you know you have a son, sis? Like, we 7 episodes in. My mama texted me right now. I just saw her last night. She saw me last night, and she's texting me now. We sat in the car and did an hour worth of video yesterday. You know, we had quality time, but she on my phone now. She knows she has a daughter. She knows who she has, and she wants to know where she is, what she's up to, even though she's grown. You got a child. Like, this boy ain't even made it into the double digits yet. And you ain't called him. You ain't called his name. You ain't had a dream about the boy or nothing. You just sitting here just living life. My son over there dead, but I don't know it, so it's fine. Tyler. So anyway, Charles goes on into everything is accessible these days. You can get all the tea you want, blah, 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 blah. And then Candace mentions that, you know, she feels like she's being held captive. She's a prisoner, this, that, and the other. I had to make sure my edges were still there, honey, because, you know, they go sometimes. You know, sometimes people's edges just, they wake up and they're gone. So you have to check daily and just, you know, give it a glance. Okay, fullness. It's all there. There's a little swirl there. That's cute. And I've got this braid here. So all my edges are intact. All right. And then you go on about your day. You see how I just got distracted by my hair because I don't care nothing about this? But anyway, she said she don't want to be held prisoner of this, that, and the other. And he said he not holding a prisoner. And I'm just like, aren't you though? And then they start talking about wiping the past clean. And he said he had a past. He was in the military. And then he got plucked from that and started doing politics or something I didn't care about. And I'm just like, you don't look like a militant. You don't look like you have a military background at all. Now, my father was a Marine, so I live in an area where there are a lot of Air Force men, Army men. There aren't too many Marines around here, but it's a lot of military niggas around me, and they have a look. Charles, you don't have that look. Anyway, he's giving all this, I want to give you a new start, this, that, and the other. I want to make sure you can come into the White House with me. I'm going to put you on a healthy list of girls. And Candace is like, but healthy list just doesn't work for me. And then he's like, well, you could be the only one. And I'm like, how you jump from healthy list to only one? I just don't. What are we doing here? What's my motivation? So I forgot what I was talking about because I got distracted by my beauty. You're going to see probably a little clip of me giving you, life. I wanted y'all to see because I was sitting in the shade and I believe you could see better the red and the purple. Just, it's like a purple, red, pink thing on this side. And then it's purple over here. Dust just everywhere, pollen and things. Oh, I should have looped back around. I needed to be at the bank again. I'll just make another trip in just a second. I'm taking my sweet Georgia time because I'm the only one who values my time. And I just feel the need to reclaim my time. You just got to reclaim your time, reclaiming my time. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm reclaiming because the girls just feel like, I can just do whatever, whenever. And it's like, I can, but I don't want to. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know what I'm talking about, which is why these are called rambling reviews. Anyway, so homegirl is giving, I don't want to be on just a list. And he's like, you could be the only one. And I'm like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, who do you think you're talking to here? You're going to start off by saying, well, you can be on a healthy list of girls. And then she says, oh, I don't want to be on the list. And you say, oh, well, you can just be the only one. And you think, I'm going to believe that she's going to be the only one? You think she going to believe that she's going to be the only? It's just not in the cards. It doesn't make sense. It's not realistic. I just disagree. I don't think she or I believed it. It didn't come together, for the good of them who love the Lord, which is Romans 8:28. If my mother asks, let her know I knew it. And if you watch my video from yesterday, the Rambling Report with she and I, just go over there and comment and let her know that Kayla did know that there was a book of the Bible called Jonah, and she did not. And this is a preacher. My mother she speaks. She's giving sermons. So just let her know, write it down in the comments and let her know that, her heathen daughter knew a little bit more about the book than she did. It felt good to, rub that in. Anywho, I'm just all over the place because I don't care. I really don't. This really could have been a 5-minute video. I'm trying to give y'all a little luster. He goes on into how he's been looking for someone like her, who's got just enough raunch and just enough class. And it's just, I'm just trying to figure out what is the goal here, because then she's like, okay, well, make me first lady. And he's like, girl, what? No. And I'm like, well, what is the purpose of this? Why do you want her cleaned up and zhuzhed up and able to come with you to the inauguration and be all in the White House with you, but you're not going to make her the first lady? Like, what? But you're going to make her the only one, but she's not going to be the only one / first lady? It's just not, like, what's the goal here? What are we doing? Anyway, and she's like, so I'm just a project for you. He like, yeah, basically. But I'm offering you an opportunity to, change your life. You can do this, you can do that. And I'm just like, I just don't like it. Something about it, it's fishy. Something in the milk is fishy. It's just not clean. Anyway, he says he wants her and, all of this. And I'm just like, I don't trust him. Like, how did his wife die? Let's get into that. How does his wife die? And then she said something about, not wanting to be owned and how he's going to own her. And I'm like, he probably going to kill you too. Ask him how his wife died, because I want to know. And it's just, they go back and forth, and they're giving, you know, he eventually is giving, so about this murder. The block is hot. It's too public. Your name and your face, everything is there. We're just gonna have to make someone take the fall for this. And she's like, you can do that? That's cool. Who gonna take the fall? He opens up his mouth. Now, I had already figured this out a long time ago. But he opens up his mouth. I forgot to talk about Benny. Is that even on my notes? Did I write about that? Oh, yeah. So, okay, let me go back, because I was really going to wrap this up. And then the devil came in with more information. Okay, so back. What? Give me 50 feet. Mitch is standing in, you know, the parking lot of the police department. And he calls Veronica Harrington. Veronica's like, hello, hey, what's going on? And he's giving, you know, I need you to come and represent Benny. And I'm sitting here like, she can't, she busy falling out in elevators and you know, cussing girls out down at the hospital and changing wigs and things. She can't, she's booked. You know, and I'm thinking she was already in there talking to the boy. How is Veronica, look, Tyler, I'm not gonna holler at you right now. I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm gonna talk to you real sweet like my grandma talked to me when she about to cuss me out. Tyler, how is it, sweetie, that Veronica is everywhere? Veronica is bouncing to and fro. She's at the hospital. She's at the police station. She's at the hotel. She's upstairs. She's downstairs. She's in Jeffrey's room. She's recording and all of this. How is she bouncing back and forth? How is Justin bouncing back and forth? He's at the police station. He's at Jeffrey's room naked. He, you know, at the crime scene. How, at the hospital, how are we bouncing all of this back and forth? Just back and forth. Everybody, everywhere. Well, these two in particular, everywhere. But the storyline just has not progressed. How is it, sweet baby, sweet Tyler, how is it that Veronica she's been in like 6 locations, and Justin has been in like 5 locations, but the storyline, what's this girl's name, Candace, has been sitting in the bed the whole time that Justin's here, and Veronica's there, and Justin's there, and Veronica's here, but Candace still sitting in that bed. It just, Tyler, sweetums, it just doesn't make sense, babe. It just, I know you got a lot on your mind. I know it. I know you do. But this just don't make no damn sense. I just don't understand why. So anyway, Mitch calls Veronica and is giving, can you meet us here at the lobby in the police department? I thought she was still there because she was talking to Benny not too long ago, but whatever. So they meet up. It's, you know, Mitch comes in. Hannah's already sitting there. Catherine walks in. And then Mitch is like, you know, Benny's lawyer is on the way. And Hannah's like, who? And Catherine, you know, she looks at Catherine, she's like, what's going on, who? And she's like, I don't know, because I called my dude, he never called me back. Mitch has the opportunity right then to say, oh, I just got off the phone with Veronica Harrington, she's coming. But they spend 2 solid minutes going, who is it? Who said that? Who said that? Who was it? Who is it? Who? Lawyer? Not sure what's going on. Who? Lawyer? Huh? What? Lawyer? And then finally Veronica walks in and you know, she's like, what are you doing here? I'm his lawyer. Hold on, let me order these hot dogs. So Veronica, you know, enters and she's giving, I'm his lawyer. Hannah's giving, no the hell you're not. They go back and forth. They talk about devils. You know, Hannah calls Veronica the devil. Veronica calls Catherine the devil. Catherine is like, girl, can't be bothered. And then Catherine tells Hannah, you know, you actually probably do need Veronica because she's the best, you know, that there is out there. She's just the best. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. I didn't need to see Hannah this week. Catherine, like I've told y'all before, she don't really bother me like that. She just kind of is there. She don't do too much. I didn't have to see Mitch. He don't bother me too much. He just get, you know, he's stupid like Benny. They just sitting over there being dumb together. And, okay, swoop back with me now. We're swooping over to the hotel room. We've had all this long conversation about changing, you know, cleaning slates and all of this. And, you know, taking the fall. Get out of here. A fly. And so, Candace is like, who's going to take the fall? Charles says, your brother. But hear me out. And I'm like, how's she going to hear you out, sis? You trying to sell her brother, you know, down the river, up the river, whatever the term is, for murder. Murder. Why you couldn't get Jeffrey? Why y'all couldn't have Justin take the fall for this? Why it got to be her brother? And that's pretty much where it ends. She's like, you think I'm going to sell out my brother? And then it ends. So I'm like, she might just sell out her brother. If she sells out her brother, though, I'm going to walk smooth down to Tyler Perry Studios. Just tiptoe right on down there. I'm going to knock on the door. And when Tyler opens it, I'm going to mace him. I'm just going to just right there in the this region, because what the hell. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that deliciousness, and I'll catch y'all. I guess I'm gonna have to go and torture myself and watch Basketball Wives, the finale, and Claws. Jesus, y'all don't even watch Claws. I may just skip Claws because the girls don't watch it. But I'll pop back in for some other stuff. I'm just waiting on Greenleaf, really. I'm just sitting here waiting. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. All my information is down in the description. I've actually changed up my description a little bit. I've got some new, I want to say features, but it's not features. I just got some YouTubers that y'all ought to check out down there. Matea's GoFundMe. Move, Fly. Matea's GoFundMe is down there. All of that. So click the description. Click all those links. You know, let the girls know I sent you. And all of that. And I'll holla. Eventually. One day. Bye.